on my podcast. ACGT Tour Report Power Hour, powered by NothingisOB Golf Podcast. All right, here we go. Welcome to ACGT Tour Report Power Hour, episode number 10. Episode number 10. All right, guys, let's say hi to everyone tonight. T-Sal, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Episode number 10. Who would have thought we'd make it this far, but here we are.
But we're bickering backstage, though, like a bunch of, it's either brothers or sisters, right?
Well, I mean, I think the public banter is the glue that holds the tour together. That way it doesn't seem so crazy.
What's up, Birdie? How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm good. Had some shrimp. Happy.
Did you have some of the bread that they have there? The bread is amazing at Papa Do's.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Had some bread. We got artichoke dip. Yep.
Oh, damn. Living that good life.
Mm-hmm,
MD, how we doing tonight, brother?
What up?
All the way from the East Coast, South Carolina.
Hilton Head. Living it up on Hilton Head, baby.
Hey, Hilton Head has great conditions. Breck sucks.
Oh man, we went there right away. We're 1 minute and 56 seconds in.
Just
it's a topical discussion.
I haven't seen any pictures yet from Hilton Head, so you know it. Can't confirm or deny.
I heard Pebble Beach was pure.
Courses are in great condition. I'm on dad duty.
DH, how you doing tonight, brother?
Andy Torres, what's happening, man? Living the dream. Living the dream.
Look at the flow.
Yeah, I'm flowing tonight.
I know it. I'm jealous, but you know what? I can't grow my hair out because then people I grow from looking like Grover to like looking from what is it, Ernie from Sesame Street. So I go from Grover to Ernie Sesame Street.
I mean, it's at least you're staying on the same show, I guess.
It's the street. I'm staying on the same street.
Staying on the same street.
I mean,
okay. I love it.
Hassan's one haircut away from looking like Beaker. So,
speaking
of Sesame Street, there we go.
All right, guys. Hey, we got a lot to get into tonight. We got some interesting things on the menu tonight. We got course record. We got some breaking news. We got another victory. We got some cookies, and we got a hole-in-one. We got several videos. So we got a lot of stuff we got to get into this evening. So why don't we get right into it?
All right, guys. We got fun facts today from Olmos Basin. This was the tour's first return to Olmos Basin since the course reopened this past November, and it didn't disappoint. Electric hole locations. I know everyone's going to tear me up in the comments right now and say the greens were slow, but they were smooth and pure. They were slow, but they were all consistent, and that was the best course conditions that we've had on tour all year. So shout out to Mick Garza and the maintenance crew at Olmos Basin. Thank you for watching. Casey Carnes from Alabama. MD is in South Carolina.
A word I heard, Travis, was the greens were healthy. That's a word that I heard going on.
Healthy. I love that. I love that description. Healthy. Let's go health over speed right now.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, okay. Here's my statement to that. If you're the Alamo City Golf Trail and you've publicly acknowledged that 3 golf courses aren't great right now, how low are you cutting those greens at Olmos Basin? Right? Yeah. We're keeping
exercising a little caution.
We're keeping that healthy greens at Olmos Basin. It was terrific. I thought that was the best course conditions we had all year. And we had 17 new golfers compete for the first time this season at Olmos Basin, which brings the season total up to a whopping 370 unique golfers have played on tour this year. 515 points are needed to get into the top 50 now. We'll talk about the top 10 and the point standings in a little bit, but Shout out to Ernie Cannon right now. Ernie Cannon is number 51 at 510 points. So 515 points needed to get into the top 50. And we had a new course record set, official tournament course record set at Olmos Basin this past weekend. Will Griffin, 68, 4 under. That is a bogey-free 68, 4 under. And we had a 51-stroke spread between championship flight and fifth flight. Championship flight was 1 at 68 or 4 under, and fifth flight gross, 10th place, was 119. So we went from 68 strokes in championship flight all the way up to 119 strokes in fifth flight. My point there is the tour is for everybody. There isn't a category of golfer that doesn't fit somewhere on the Alamo City Golf Trail Tour. From 4 under par 68 and the course record with Will Griffin all the way up to the fifth flighters where 92 won the flight. And we'll get with DH on that recap in a bit. But the tour, for those of you who think you're not good enough, tournament golf's for everybody and the tour is your home. So those are my fun facts for the day, Andy.
Now, all right, guys, let me ask something here. Did it throw a big wrench in the plans starting at 10 or, with a 20-minute delay after there was, I guess, open to the public play?
I'll go ahead and take this question.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes the tour takes non-desirable tee times to keep the tournament entry fee where it is, right? The best tournament product for the best possible value, right? That's our goal. That's our mission statement. So sometimes we get less desirable tee times, this being one of them. And this wasn't really less desirable. It just happened to be the first weekend where it was 100 degrees outside. So if it would have been 52 degrees for the high, you guys would have been like, Trav, great job on the tee time selection. But yes, to answer your question, sometimes we take those later tee blocks to keep the price point where it is. And that's really important to me. And on this particular Saturday, the open play that was scheduled before us was 20 minutes late. So our first tee time teed off 30 minutes after their scheduled tee time. So we were stressed from the beginning. Pace of play is such a hit home point on tour for me this year. And we were stressed from the beginning, and the ambassadors pulled it through on the back end. Shout out to Stephen Evans there late in the day. Jason Sandoval, Jason Bird, MD was out there doing some marshaling. We really paid attention to the pace of play on the back nine, and it is not ideal, but we definitely came through and everybody finished, and it was close, but we got it in.
I felt like I had to throw that in there because I was curious. I said, yeah, and that makes total sense from I guess from a price standpoint. Is that
from an operator perspective there.
You want to keep it cost efficient and cost effective for the consumer too. So you know what I totally get.
And that was Olmos Basin. And a year ago when we made this schedule, that was the only availability that Jason Bird had to work with.
That was tough because I saw
it's Jason's fault.
No, I mean, it's no one's fault in that I waited too long, aka only 12 months out to book the schedule, I guess. They were booking groups that almost feels like 4 or 5 years out is what it feels like.
Well, everyone was excited, and we knew that was going to be a big draw, and it was probably just maybe a couple more groups, but we didn't
listen. That was the first weekend we could get there. I mean, do you remember, Trav? We asked for every single weekend leading up to it, and they were all full. That was first weekend and first tee block.
Yeah, that's why it's the first weekend in May, and we've been playing on tour for 5 months this year, and that's our first trip back. It just was unavailable.
We wanted to go in the winter when it was firm and fast and still pure. It just they had no blocks that could handle 130 golfers.
But from that first group out, which did an amazing job keeping pace, to the last group out for the day. I mean, there were no gaps. Everyone was right on top of each other, playing their game, making sure that they were keeping up. Had it been a different group, had it been without the marshals out there and then the ambassadors out there, it would have been, I think, a little bit more stress to get it done.
I agree. I definitely learned a lot at Olmos Basin too. It was my first time running a tour event at the new Olmos Basin, right? Just like it was y'all's first time playing in a tournament, it was the first time we hosted it there as well. So talk from a golf course operator perspective, I'm looking for internet ports. I'm trying to find the Wi-Fi code. You know, I'm setting up stuff for the first time as well. And what we learned with the scores and the pace of play at Olmos Basin is Olmos Basin is going to play a heck of a lot more like Cedar Creek and a lot less like Riverside, like it used to. So it's a totally different tournament dynamic. Those greens at Olmos Basin are so difficult to hit and keep your ball on right now. There's a ton more shots being hit around the green, which is where pace of play slows down. So I personally learned that next time when we go to Olmos Basin, we're going to do better spacing. We're going to do more threesomes down the line. We're going to limit the field in the tee blocks that we have, which puts a preference on registering early. Guys, everyone pay attention to that. Register early. But yeah, we could talk about pace of play at Olmos Basin for the whole show.
I mean, I think the course now is worthy of being in the major rota, you know, Cedar Creek and Brack and Olmos Basin. So I think we could play our 2-day majors out there and everyone would be satisfied with the challenge that it brings.
I definitely agree.
I think even with the open play in front of us, MD, I mean, we were the first group off. I mean, they were keeping a good pace. We were right on them. So, I mean, I think everyone was conscious of it. We were definitely a little bit more conscious of it being the first group out. You know, you always want to set a good pace. And I think we did a good job.
What was
of it.
average pace of play? We finished in like 440, and we were in the middle of the.
We finished best, 425 first group, I think.
Yep. At best, we were 425. We lost it all the way to 510.
Ooh.
And then got it back to 455 in the last group. And that's a good point, Jonathan. Add the heat in there for the first time, really, and stuff slows down a little bit too. Even
a lot of walkers.
If you think about it, 30 seconds per person extra is 2 minutes per hole. That's 36 minutes like that without thinking about it. So 30 seconds adds up quick. And then you throw the heat in. That's a good point too. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, I remember talking with DH and MD afterwards. They were gassed. Like they were right.
I blame
right
MD. I asked MD. MD talked me into it. I definitely slowed down. Coming up 14. I remember looking over at MD saying, "Why did we not take a cart today? It's 100 degrees out here. You can't drink the water fast enough."
It was a mistake, but I still regret nothing. It was a lovely walk.
Looking back,
it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, DH. You're gonna be ready for Kohler now. You're gonna like whoop everybody.
Yes, failure is the greatest
I'm conditioning
teacher.
You for Kohler, DH.
Battle tested. You're battle tested. All right. Okay. We got some breaking news here. Huge announcement. Birdie, drop that bomb on everybody.
Oh, you want me to drop the bomb? I can drop the bomb.
Well, and Travis is in a notes.
Did you read the script? We have a script tonight. Did you read
the
I didn't. You asked me if I read the script.
I'm asking you if you read the script. You have 2 segments. You have 2 of 7 segments tonight.
Notes with
here's things I've done today. Read the Papados menu twice. Not read the script.
It's only episode 10. Still working out those kids.
Yeah, I think the bomb that Andy refers to is we worked with the trail while we were there at Olmos. They came over. Thanks for Andrew and Kevin for coming out and watching off the tee times. And we made the decision as a trail and as a tour to move the Masters from Brackenridge Park to Olmos Basin. I've been out at Brackenridge Park. That's everyone probably knows that's the course I go to most often. Unfortunately, it's not in the best condition right now. And Travis always says he wants to give the best tournament product to the tournament golfer at the best price. And the conditions at Brackenridge Park were not going to be commensurate to that mission. And fortunately, our partners at the trail agreed, and they moved a few things around for us, and they moved us to a course that's in better condition, and I would say it's an excellent condition. So you guys, the tour golfers, are going to get the best tournament conditions that the trail can put forth for us. And I know that's true, and I know they're excited at Olmos because I was out there yesterday, and they have verticut and sanded the greens. And I've learned over the years that doesn't mean they're going to be in bad shape. You verticut and sand when you want to get them faster, is what I learned from Travis. So in 2 weeks, those greens are going to be lightning.
I definitely think that Mick Garza, shout out Mick Garza and his maintenance team at Olmos Basin. They are excited to have us come back there in 2 weeks, and they can speed up those greens a couple feet, and everyone's going to get a chance in championship flight and maybe first flight, depending on the handicaps, to play those black tournament tees and get a shot at Will Griffin's course record 2 weeks after. I think that's pretty cool fallout from this as well.
I don't know about Augusta quick there, Mr. Art, but I don't think a stimp of 9.5 to 10.5 is out of question.
I have an official statement to make. If those greens at Olmos Basin are too fast, pace of play will plummet. So much faster than what we had there will this past weekend will increase the pace of play tenfold. We're gonna shoot for a couple feet in a couple weeks and get them solid 9s, 9.5s, not the 7.5, 8 that they were this past weekend, and that's being generous. Jason's gonna chime in here, I'm sure.
He would just.
Just say, I could not get a wedge to stop, but I sure could get a putt to stop.
But yes, I know Mick and the maintenance crew are excited for us to come back, and I'm excited to bring back-to-back tournaments to Olmos Basin and one of my favorite regular season events. In 2 weeks at Olmos Basin, we will put names on the jacket, and we will crown a season championship, and we will add 3 people to the South Texas Match Play Challenge team this year. And I think that's the highlight of the season so far for me.
Yeah, I think that it's sad that it's not at Brack.
It is, but I think that's huge though, and I give y'all a lot of props and the trail for coming in and making sure that they want to give that consumer and the customer that extreme amazing experience. And again, man, I heard a lot of them. A lot of them there's a lot of chatter. They were getting after y'all. A lot of guys, as Travis was doing the scoring, going up there and writing the scores. Hey, Travis, we playing at Brack? Hey, what's up with Brack? Hey, what's up with Brack? And
yeah, I was trying to stoke the rumor fire. I was like, we're going to Riverside and then Northern,
Rumors are a buzz. It was going.
He surprised me. He surprised me because then he starts telling everybody, tune into the podcast on Tuesday.
Tune into the podcast.
And I'm like this. Oh shoot, what's going on Tuesday?
Breaking news on the podcast. I think it's really important to reiterate what Jason said a minute ago. That was Andrew and Kevin. Andrew Peterson, the president of the trail, and Kevin, the director of operation, number 1 and number 2 on the trail, coming to us and saying, hey, this is important to us. Let's go to a place that has better course condition. I think it's really important to point that out again, that they really, really care about the tour, and they acknowledge it as the home of amateur golf in San Antonio, and they want you guys at home to have the best possible playing conditions for the tour every time, day in and day out. And we saw that on Friday night beforehand when Jake Snyman, with the director of agronomy for the trail, is out mowing and blowing clippings on Friday night at 6 p.m. before we tee off the next morning, which I thought was really cool. And he waved for the video, which is awesome. Thanks, Jake. But yeah, that's the big breaking news.
I would like to address Steven's question here. Steven,
good question.
There is no current plans to swap the Open to Brack, simply because that would require moving a lot of parts as far as other groups and other bookings. But it's not off the table. But right now there are no current plans to do so.
However, the summer season kickoff will move from Olmos Basin to Northern Hills. Two-person,
and that's a two-person. Yes, two-person 666.
Two-person 666. Same date. None of these dates change, folks. None of these dates change. Just the venues right now, and it is purely course conditions. Trying to bring you guys the best possible conditions that we possibly can.
And I mean, Northern Hills is in fantastic shape, and really no chance it won't be in 3 weeks when we go there. So to avoid playing almost 4 straight times, we were able to switch almost out from the 666 into Northern Hills as well. I forgot about that part of the announcement.
That's okay. That's why we're here. We're a team.
That might be the first 666 at Northern Hills, so that'll make it a little interesting. I can't recall 666 being
first Masters at Olmos. Who would have thought we'd hold the Masters at Olmos?
And before Steven asks, the jacket is currently at the embroiderer.
Before he asks another, was it like the 5th time, right? Before he asks for
it's in the good hands of Susan.
It is there. Jason is picking it up next week. He doesn't know that yet, but now he does.
It only took 50 weeks to get that bad boy in.
Hopefully it's ready before I got to go to Oklahoma, or else Travis is picking it up.
It's a long lead time, supply chain issues. It's a 50-week stitch time.
I'm bummed I won't be able to make the Masters this year, especially at Olmos.
We'll miss you, man. Yeah,
we are going to miss you. You know what? I think the Masters is going to be amazing. I'm predicting a Aaron Flores, Casey Carnes, Steven Evans, Bart Wilson, first day, first foursome.
Damn.
I don't know if Casey Carnes is in the field anymore.
Oh no.
Is that hot breaking news? Is that also hot news? Should we get that on the
table? You might have just released an exclusive.
There's some bombs over Baghdad over here.
There's a list of people who will not be playing in practice, or at Olmos, coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Casey
There's
Carnes.
some big names missing.
Casey Carnes is out.
He confirms it.
Carnes is out. Confirmed. There we go. Well,
confirmation.
I'm TMZ Sports, but he confirmed it.
Well, I was really looking forward to those 4 guys playing together. Dang it.
Well, maybe we could find a 5th wheel. You could find a 5th wheel.
Well, I guess our foursome is now Bart Wilson, Steven Evans, A-Flow, and Andy Torres.
No.
Playing from the red. That is a 7-hour round.
That's a bummer. I don't want to drown the segment here. Breaking news: the PC Masters. Oh, look, Will Griffin is in. Then there we go. We'll slide Will Griffin into that segment.
I will register him right now. That is confirmation, as far as I know. His money's in the bank.
Oh,
he was given approval.
Will Griffin, thank you for watching, and congratulations on your course record this past Saturday at the new Olmos Basin, a bogey-free 68.
Bogey-free.
We will see his player interview with MD later. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes. Awesome. Excellent. I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. Hey, moving on right here. Let's get into some scoring right here. Let's get into some of the pictures, some of the winners, some of the champs from this past weekend. Dustin, DH, you're up.
Start champ flight. I mean, we heard Travis 68, 4 under round for Will Griffin, winning in champ flight by 5. That's the only under par round, gross round of the tournament. So again, congratulations, Will, on that bogey-free 68 to win champ flight by 5. So great job, and there he is there, holding the infamous tour cookie.
Love the cookie. Love the cookie design.
Super. I really like the tour cookie. It is my favorite this year so far. It's my favorite.
They get better every week. I mean, from week to week, they manage to get better and better.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Laura's running out of ideas. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't know.
And Andy Torres is now.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week we will not have Andy Torres on the show with us. No, this week's was
Someone's
my
gotta
favorite.
Stir some shit up. Someone's got to stir some shit up.
This was my favorite cookie of the year. I love the light blue hat. My favorite cookie of all time is the PC Open jacket from last year.
That's a good one.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing.
So does Dustin still have that one?
You know what? I could dig through the files. I very well could.
That's disgusting.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
Continue
All right,
with the winners.
we'll go on the Champ Flight Net. Champ Flight Net winner, David Holguin. David Holguin -3 net. Good showing there. One shot win over Austin McDowell on the net side. So good job to our Champ Flight winners. Will
only 2 red numbers net in Champ Flight.
Yeah, net side. Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Travis, can you tell me how much, or DH guys, can you tell me how much did the winners receive in their gift card?
$100 plus skins.
Okay. I mean, hey,
some people, this is a double point event, so 250 points for first, 235 points, 250 points first gross, 235 first net. Double point event with bonuses. So we'll move on to first flight. We got we'll start on the gross side. Captain Kent Simnett +4, 76. Yep. He wins that in a scorecard playoff over James
Captain
Kent. Captain Kent flying into a first place victory.
First
playoff hole. Birdie on the first playoff hole to win. Congratulations, Captain Kent, on a job well done. On the net side, -4 score, Alan Valencourt. He really runs away with it on the net side by 3 over Jacob McCreary. So again, another good showing. Kind of lower scores on the net, second and third -1. So really, the course was we're going to see that common theme. But congratulations, Captain Kent and Alan, on your first place gross and net victories in first flight.
The funny thing is, I didn't get all the pictures. I didn't get all the pictures from the winners, right? But I got pictures like this.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great picture.
Stoic, very stoic.
What are we looking at?
I am gazing thoughtfully I got 2 thumbs up from Sando.
That's it. It's worth it. It was worth it.
That is definitely one of those screwing around poses from you've been at the golf course for 15 hours that day and you're trying to do stuff to keep yourself engaged.
Might have been a little delirious at that point.
Maybe we were testing the camera. I don't know, but
Oh yeah.
Showing off the guns.
There's no firearms allowed. I saw it. There's no firearms allowed, MD.
Oh man, it's getting hot in here.
Calm down.
There you go. Like a rock right here, David.
Oh,
like
good Lord.
All right, continue with some winners right here.
I feel like there's a calendar. There's a calendar coming up.
Right
People have been asking. People have been asking.
ACGT tour calendar. I love it.
I want to be Mr. January.
An ambassador calendar.
Oh, I love it.
Who wouldn't buy that?
For those of you watching at home, would you spend $10 or $12 on a calendar? all proceeds going to the South Texas Match Play Challenge.
Hey, yes, I could be no shade November. I could be.
No, I love the mustache.
Let's just skip the calendar and get the tour OnlyFans going.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and we're back to Dustin. We're back to Dustin.
Moving on.
We're moving on to second flight gross. Congratulations to Timmy DeHoyas. Good to see Tim DeHoyas in the winner circle again. Former South Texas Match Play Challenge qualifier 2021. Tim DeHoyas.
Your partner.
He was
your partner.
76. My partner. I witnessed his hole-in-one on the practice day. I played with him on Saturday. A great guy. Enjoy him. And good to see him in the winner circle again. +4. 2-shot victory over Greg Keogh. So second place gross. Greg Keogh still, he's winning. He's getting second. He's finding his way in that winner's circle or card and a gift card. Interesting to see what that's going to do for him in the point standings. We'll release that a little bit later on in the show.
Tim DeHoyas, 1 under par on the back 9.
Back 9, that's correct. 1 under par, and I believe he may have had a double bogey.
He had a double. It was 1 under par with a double
bogey on the back 9 and shot 35.
Okay,
second flight representing.
Since we're talking about Tim, is it okay, MD, if I go ahead and play that footage?
Absolutely.
All right, we got some video right here of Tim DeHoyas after his round.
Awesome.
Oh man, it was tough. First time I played on it since the renovation, so the greens were hilly. Not a lot of flat, lies, but it was great. It was good opportunity to see what they have out here, and I loved it. I love it. Awesome. Great group of guys. Been playing with these guys for the last 2 years, so super excited to win this tournament. Par 3, 222-yard par 3 was a big one on the front side. Played long, played tough. Was lucky to get out of there with, a good score, but yeah, it was long. Yeah. On 18, sunk a birdie putt about 12 feet out, so I was really happy to close out with the birdie.
Wow, awesome job, Timmy D. Yeah. Awesome job, MD, with the interview and the editing. That's so cool. I love that. Andy, if you've got videos lined up, you just put them in there right after whatever DA.
Did you like that, MD? You see how I threw in just a little music? Hey, I was missing
liked it. Instantly made me feel happy.
All right. So you want to keep the videos rolling? Let's keep those videos rolling. All right.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Right here. We got right before we had let me see right here. Okay, right before after we got done with Tim's video right here, Brad Gilbert chimes in. That is impressive for the back nine. Great playing, Tim. And that's leading up to Brad Gilbert's amazing shot.
Brad Gilbert. That's a great segue, Brad Gilbert. This is in the second flight. It's a hole-in-one. Brad Gilbert, hole number 6, back right hole location. He was super excited. His first hole-in-one. Thank you for watching, Brad. Congratulations. A 1 on the card is never bad. Let's watch what he has to say.
Yeah, so it's number 6. It's my first hole-in-one. First of all, it's number 6. It was a 173 yardage. I decided to hit an 8-iron. It's a little bit downwind. I had really good playing partners, and one of my playing partners was Micah. He basically, we were talking about the shot beforehand, and so I credit him for the assist. But yeah, it was just a perfect 8-iron. A little bit of about a 5-yard draw. When it hit, it went over the little ridge, and we thought it was just going to be by the pin, but then the top of the ball showed up, and then it just disappeared. So we weren't quite sure if it went in, but when we got up there, sure enough, it was in there. So
first hole-in-one, what's the emotion when you first walk up there and realize now it's in?
Yeah, it was amazing because I went for a hug with Micah and ended up in the air. He picked me up, and it was really exciting. And but I'm gonna be honest, after that hole-in-one, I kind of lost focus, so it's a little bittersweet. I feel like Phil Mickelson in that I didn't win, but hey, I got a hole-in-one. So.
That is so awesome.
That's great.
You know what?
And he played with that ball for like an extra hole or two, and then he.
I don't mean to bring anybody down, right? But I asked him. I said, Brad. I said, "Oh, Brad, congrats, man, congrats." I saw him buy his vehicle and I was by my truck, and I said, "Hey, did you buy a round for everybody that was there?" And he looked at me shocked, and he said, "Oh, next time." And I said, "Oh man, get out of here with that next time crap." So you know what? He's gonna have like 7 years of bad luck just to do that shit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
He is the 7th hole-in-one that I've watched, and I've yet to have one myself.
Your time's
I was
coming.
I was standing on the top of 5 green, and I just marked my ball, and I was standing off to the side, and I looked over, and I saw him swing, and I said it out loud, or marked to my playing competitors like, that looked like a nice swing. And I looked over, and I think it was like 2 hops, roll, and gone. I was like, oh, and I looked over, and they're all celebrating. I'm like, all right, cool. They saw it go in. Then they're like looking over at me, and they're like, did it go in? And I'm like, why are you celebrating if you didn't see it go in? Yes,
because you're the one who verifies every ball going in the cup.
And he's like, I'm just taller than you. I can see it.
He's got the angle. He's got the angles, right? It looks different up there.
Check out
two hole-in-ones in like 5 weeks now between Aiken and this one. That's 2 hole-in-ones witnessed in like 5 weeks.
Check out this scorecard for Bradley Gilbert: 445, 551, 555.
That's great.
Oh my god,
so consistent.
551, 555. I love it. That's the best 39.
That sounds like a lawyer that I'd need to call on the highway. Like, sign.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Bradley Gilbert. That's awesome.
Well, for those that don't know, Birdie was really stating that before the round, that you're telling Travis, set it up to where somebody is going to get a hole-in-one. You predicted that. You called that cold. You said we're going to have a hole-in-one, if not multiple holes-in-one.
I told Travis that little back right one. I said that's the only pin location I really have a request for, because that's the one that's going to yield a hole-in-one. Because me, Sando, and the guys, we go out there and we play 4 or 5 at 4 or 5 o'clock, and every time that flag's back there, it just seems to be a lot of near misses. Like and so finally someone got it in there.
Fun fact: before I got the text message from Brad Gilbert or Micah Carroll, I got the text message from Bird saying, "I told you so."
Exactly.
Okay, and
I'm just glad I was there to see it so I could do the "I told you so." That's the best part of the whole story.
All right, and again, not to rain on anybody's parade, but Travis, is it illegal to get? He did give Micah the assist because he took advice from him. Is there any type of penalties because he got some advice from Micah Carroll?
The tournament in question is closed.
I'm curious. I read into a lot of things, so you know what?
If I'm being completely honest with you, that thought passed through my head while I was watching the
video
as well.
I looked at Micah and I was like, "You can't do that."
I mean, if someone checks their text messages right now, there might be a text message in there.
I'm sure it was just casual conversation. But official tour statement is the event in question is closed.
They were talking about general course knowledge. It was 173 yards. The wind was out of the south. I mean, everyone
was back right.
Yes, of course.
20 right, 10. Common course knowledge. Yes,
I
do not believe that consists of advice.
I could get on board if somebody buys a beer. I could totally get on board if somebody buys a beer.
Well, there you go, Brad Gilbert. Damn it.
Nobody buys a beer. I'm not on board.
This could have all been avoided with a beer.
As most conflicts could be.
Okay. Last video right here, because I think there was an issue with one more on my end, not your end, MD, but on my end. I got one more video here from Olmos.
First hole, I lost my ball on the first drive, so I double bogeyed the first hole. But after that, ended up getting 2 birdies on the front 9 and 1 on the back. They're hard. They run true, but they run long. So it's pretty amazing. That's my first cookie that I've ever won here, and I can't wait to taste it.
The conditions were a little tough with a lot of wind, and the greens were, I think, a little bit dried out, kind of that hard and fast rule of thumb. But I thought overall the course was great. It's been great. I can't complain. Obviously today winning, so it's been nice, kind of little competitive golf action. It's been fun. I was just hunting around for places to play golf, membership kind of ordeal, and then I looked online when I signed up for the Alamo City Golf Trail membership and saw the tour. Kind of clicked on it, and here I am, happy. Yeah, first cookie. Haven't tried it yet. Can't tell you how it tastes, but I can almost say for certain that it probably tastes like victory.
So this is Alan's second event on tour. So he was pretty excited
awesome.
to be pulling up with a cookie on his second time out.
That dude looked happy, and that's what we bring to the tour.
I you know what? I took that away from those interviews too, and that was my first time seeing the interviews. I wasn't there with MD when they were shot, so that was my first time watching all of those. And to hear Kent say that was his first time to get a cookie, and like he was like awesome. I mean, like that would love it.
I've had a cookie. I've just never earned one.
As have I. I've had several cookies. I ate like 5 of the South Texas Match Play Challenge ones, and again, I've earned nothing.
Well, that's a big shout out. That is a big shout out to Laura Lewis and the Cake Place and More. Check that out on Facebook. The Cake Place and More. That is our victory cookie sponsor. The winners, gross and net of each flight, every tour event, receive a victory cookie.
And these were the first official tour cookie winners at the new Olmos Basin.
That is correct. That is correct.
Now from the fourth flight, we got a winner with us from the fourth flight. DH, why don't you talk about who won the fourth flight?
All right, yeah, let's roll right into it. So we'll stick to the gross side first. We had it was close, but Juan Benitez plus 13 first flight gross winner. Congratulations, Juan. I believe a trail employee. So congratulations. Always good.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Works at San Pedro.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
Great.
So four-shot lead, 4-shot victory on the gross side. So great job, Juan. And then moving on to the net side. On the net side, it was close. There were 3 +2s on the net side. Jason Cross, Yudo Hayakawa, and Roy Medina. And it was all decided on the first playoff hole. First, second, and third. They all had different scores, 5, 6, 7. Made it real easy. But Jason Cross came out victorious in that trail scorecard playoff.
Boy.
Take first place net in the fourth flight. Jason Cross. Congratulations, Jason Cross.
And Jason Cross joined us tonight to talk about his win.
There he is.
Welcome to the show, Jason.
Howdy.
How's it going, brother?
It's going good. How y'all doing tonight?
We are
lively.
Doing good, man.
What's up, buddy? Congratulations. Congratulations on your net win at Olmos Basin. Talk us through the back nine. Those last 2 or 3 holes. Talk us through what you were thinking. Did you know and what you did to close it out?
Actually, no, it's kind of funny you say that or you ask that is because I never want to know where I'm at in the standings or anything like that because I don't want to get too bogged down with worrying about one thing or another. So it's just like I just rather hit every shot that I can and try to make good swing stuff and just keep going from there and then let the chips fall wherever they may.
Now, did you have a problem with being a marshal before you went out for your round? Because you went out and you gave my group a bunch of crap.
Well, you can ask Travis about that because he's the one who sent me out there to do that.
I did. It was
just taking orders, Cross.
It was at that moment in the tournament where it's just me. All the ambassadors are playing golf, and I got to do what I got to do. And your group was a hole behind, and that hole was a par 5.
Well, I got a story for you after we get out of the winners. I got a story for you in regards to that.
Okay, 10-4.
But Jason did come in. You came in as nice as possible, and you shissed us along, kind of like kids on the porch. It felt like that. Like my grandma was just get off. So how did you think Olmos played? How do you think Olmos played out there?
I'm going to tell you what, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it for me, it was actually very easy for me to see a lot of the lines and a lot of the undulations. And I enjoyed it very much. It was kind of cool because I was kind of there was a lot of times that I was putting from off the green because any of the times that I hit a green, the ball would roll all the way back off the backside. And I heard those from a lot of people too.
Lots of Texas wedges.
Yeah, for sure. And so I was putting a lot of times from off the green. And so a lot of those things or a lot of those undulations, they were pretty high up. And it was actually very fun to just kind of put it up and then just watch it go back down to the other side. It was really nice for me to be able to see the lines, and all I just had to do is just put the right speed on it. But it worked out really good, and had a really, really good time. The only thing that I really didn't like was same thing that I haven't liked before on the backside, that those damn trees and that damn water.
So really using the contours to your advantage there with the Texas wedge from off the green. I love to hear that.
Yes, very much so. And as a matter of fact, I hadn't played that course, the entire time that it's been open. I hadn't had a chance to get out there and play. So every green that we got to, or even some of the fairways, they were brand new to me, and it was very invigorating. It was very, very cool. I was like, I would walk up onto the green. It's like, wow, this is really cool. So I had a great time. And I will tell you all this, that one of the new players that was playing with us for the first time, his name was Ed. I can't remember his last name, but we had a great time. So Jeff Cassimi was also playing with us, and we had a great time.
Anytime Jeff Kanzemi is involved, it's going to be a fun time.
I was going to say, sure. I rolled up on this group on 17. We don't have the video up, Jason. I apologize, but I watched Jason throw an absolute dart coming in on 17. Jeff is there having a good time. Like, that group was just, everyone was just happy. Everyone's in a good mood and just enjoying a nice, beautiful afternoon. Like, it was I wish I was in that group playing.
So Jason, you've played the old Olmos Basin 1,000 times and the new Olmos Basin 1 time. Give us your 1-minute snippet on old versus new.
Well, I can tell you that in the past, I've actually played pretty well at that course. And as a matter of fact, my second lowest round ever was 75 that I had out there one day. But I can tell you that I would trade all of those rounds for the course that we have now.
That is an awesome statement. Congratulations, Alamo City Golf Trail and Andrew Peterson. There we go. That is from the words of a customer right there. I trade every round for what we have there now. And that's just a testament. I think it is the coolest course out there. I love the contours. I love the putting from off the green. I am pro chipper, so I love the off the green putting stroke. Congratulations, Jason, on your victory. Did you eat the cookie, or are you hanging it on the wall?
Oh no, that's a wall hanger.
There we go.
but I do.
That's
the
right
know
answer.
That those cookies taste very good because I've got a few of those as well. But I have eaten quite a few of them.
Oh, it is not his first cookie. That's him bragging. That's a light brag from Jason Cross there.
Several cookies.
Well, to kind of piggyback on what Jason said, Jason and Micah were the first 2 guys that played with me in my second event, and they were great. They were very, very welcoming. It was more like a yin and yang, Jason and Micah, but perfectly perfectly complementing each other. And again, anybody that plays with Jason, plays with Micah, they're going to make you feel inviting. They're going to want you to come back out. And again, we had a freaking blast that day. And so I am not surprised, Jason, not surprised, MD, that they had an amazing group, because anybody that Travis, any newcomer, make sure you throw them with Jason out there. And I know they're going to come back.
Jason Cross, the official welcome wagon.
It definitely happens a lot. When we make those pairings, we take pace of play into consideration. We take new golfers playing together into consideration. And Jason Cross is definitely one of the, if not the nicest dudes on the planet. Top 3 that I know for sure.
Extremely welcoming.
And
absolutely.
There's nobody that has played the tour longer and is still playing and has seen it grow and come from where it came from to what it is now. And that's my next question for Jason is, what was it like playing in the tour event 7 or 8 years ago versus playing at Olmos Basin 2 days ago?
Well, I can tell you that, first of all, Jonathan Aiken is the one that actually brought me to the tour. And then from then I was very, very fortunate to have Dustin as my partner for 1 year or 2 years. I think it was 2 years.
Yeah.
And everybody will remember the infamous tee shot at Brackenridge, and Dustin came up and put his arm around me.
You're talking about the horse race, 2018, the 2018 horse race.
Yep.
That is still one of my favorite tour moments of all time, is the horse race and fall of 2018. The first horse race. That was the first horse race.
Take us through it. Take us through it.
That's right.
What do we got? Set it up.
Okay, so it is the final day of the tour playoffs. It's the top 36. And the day's over. There's one spot left on the team, and the first 4 people out go right to the number 1 tee at Brackenridge Park to play a horse race, which is reverse sudden death, for the final spot. And it is Jonathan Aiken, Al Martin,
Rick Hoynesy.
Oh, Rick
Hoynesy and Jason Cross.
Okay,
Ricky Ho.
I was going to forget Ricky Ho. I'm so sorry.
I forgot.
And Jonathan and Al Martin hit it down the middle, and I have no idea what Rick did. And Jason hits driver into this tree, comes straight down 20 yards in front of the tee box.
First tree on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
And then he hits 3 wood into 9, tops 3 wood into 9 fairway. The pressure is getting to him. Everybody's watching. There's 50 or 60 people there watching.
And now he's got his third shot over those little trees right there, over the trap to a pin
bunker,
that's on the left side of the green.
And he hits it. He hits it to just short, right? And Al and Jonathan both miss the green and do not get up and down. They're in for 5, and I think Rick is in for 6. He's out, and Jason is in the driver's seat and chunks a 9-iron or a chip or a pitching wedge or whatever, and moves it 10 feet to the front of the green and is left with this 50-foot putt for bogey. So
he's got like 30 feet.
So Jason now has to 2-putt to tie and go on, and he makes it for 5 net 4. Everybody around erupts except for Jason Cross. He is the only one who doesn't know that he just won and made the team.
I have no idea.
No clue.
I was actually standing over there on the cart path, and I was looking down at hole number 2, and I was trying to remember. Okay, I remember what I hit here before, and it came up a little short, so I'm gonna hit one more club and go for there. Next thing I know, it went nuts. It was crazy.
That, in my opinion, that is the glue that holds the tour together. That 4.5 years ago, we can pick out a foursome and talk about one putt and as vividly as it was yesterday. You know, I mean, that is the emotion and the moments that hold the tour together. Thank you, Jason Cross, so much for being here tonight. That was awesome. Who else has questions? Who else has questions for Jason?
Okay, Jason, I got.
Oh, there you go. MD, go for an MD.
Jason, so when you I know you had we have new players play with you all the time. When they come out and play with you, how do you like to kind of get to know them? How do you kind of talk to them about the tour and kind of get them a little bit more involved? I mean, what's the secret sauce for Jason on selling the tour and bringing people back, aside from your just general excitement and personality?
Well, I generally try to treat the people, especially the new ones that are coming in. I was welcomed with open arms, and I'd like to kind of just continue with that and let everybody know that, hey, this is not scary. It's just golf. Nobody's gonna knock you over the head if you do something wrong, but it's just it's a game. We're just out here to have fun. And so, and I ask people a lot of times, I ask them, are y'all having fun? Like halfway as we're driving up to the next shot, they're like, hey, isn't this fun? I'll just kind of pull up next to them in the golf cart and be like, isn't this fun? They're like, yeah, this is great. Just kind of, it's just so it's not so mundane, just kind of mix it up a little bit, just have some fun. Crack some jokes and stuff, and have a good time.
People get a little nervous too. They don't know. They may not know what's going on. Like I rode up with you guys. I'm filming and doing stuff. They might be like, what's going on here? Not always aware, and you're and jumping right in to kind of explain it.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's just a lot of fun, and it's real easy to let other people know that you're having fun, and fun's contagious. You know, a lot of people, they'll just jump in and go, hey, let's try. Let's go have a good time.
Competitive tournament golf with a social atmosphere. Alamo City Golf Trail Tour.
Exactly.
That's a great plug. It's a great plug.
All right, guys. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Jason, so much for being on the show. Congrats again, brother.
Great job, Jason. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Jason.
Thank you. Congratulations, buddy. Enjoy that cookie on the wall. Thank you for everything.
Have a good night,
shout out to his wife, Stacy, who's watching and got him all set up for this evening. All the technology. Thank you, Stacy. We know we wouldn't have Jason without you. Thank you.
All right, guys. Do you know what time it is?
Oh my gosh. Is it
Tilly time?
It is time for On the Clock with Jason Sandoval with your weekly pace of play tip.
There he is.
What's up? What is up, Sando?
Jason Sandoval. It is time for On the Clock with Sando. What are your pace of play words of wisdom this week?
Well, since we're going back to Olmos, we got a lot to talk about with pace of play and how to manage that for 2 days. So I would like to say that the tour is a ready golf environment. That's not always like communicated. And it's hard to separate like, oh, we're playing a tournament, especially like in an individual stroke play event when you have like people want to play with honors or people want to play, furthest away is first to go. And most of the time that's okay. But we would like to encourage people to, if you see your buddy and he's on the left side of the fairway and you're on the right side, and you're sitting there ready to go, give him a shout and say, hey, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to go first. Go ahead and hit if you're ready. I would never encourage anybody to step in front of a birdie on a tee box, but you can definitely step in front of a par for sure.
I definitely agree. Ready golf, well observing.
I love that. Yeah.
As much etiquette as you can. Be ready to play when it is your turn to play. And that's okay. Do we have that video lined up?
I don't know if we have that video.
Yeah, MD definitely has that video. Do we? We don't. I
have that video. I have a post-round interview with Sandoval.
We can play the. I probably deserve this, but we can play the post-round interview. We can't play the shot.
Okay, 10-4.
He is not giving a release for that.
I definitely agree. The Alamo City Golf Trail Tour encourages pace of play. Ready golf is one of those things. Be ready to play when it is your turn. And you're going to hear me say this 1,000 more times, and you've heard me say it. If you are not waiting, you are the slow one.
Yeah. And we're saying, this isn't going to happen all the time. Like it's not, you don't have to jump in front of every single shot just because you're ready. But if there's a clear person making a decision, if they're up against a tree, they're thinking about chipping out or you're chipping out, I think you can find an opportunity to like Travis said earlier, 30 seconds with everybody in the group, 2 minutes, 36 minutes, if we can save, a couple seconds here or there.
It is very easy to lose time and very difficult to get it back.
Yeah, exactly. So just keep that in mind as we go along, especially as we play almost back-to-back days.
I also think that ready golf encourages awareness. If you're always ready to hit, you're going to know what's going on more and get the 2 thumbs up from Jason Sandoval.
Yeah, just keep it going. Keep this on the rest of the show.
I love it. Perfect. Jason, thank you so much for joining us tonight for this week's episode of
Great Tip. Love it.
The double giggle.
I need the Jason Sandoval 2 thumbs down for when something's not okay. Just so we can have that post up there too.
We've got the
I feel like this would hurt me more in here.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll bring.
I'm not angry.
The green screen back, and we'll take some more.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Sando. We appreciate everything you do, and your ambassadoring Tour Week in and Tour Week out. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Sando.
The real one.
All right. In regards to that pace of play, okay. I don't play a lot of tour events, so when I do, I learn something. I like to think I learn something new every tour event. Okay, so what happens if you hit a ball and you can't find it? What are your options?
Yeah, it depends.
We need
Yeah,
some
like
more
you talking
context
just
to go
fairway?
on.
Say it in the fairway or the rough. Clearly in the
right here.
rough.
Let me number 8. All right, we're on number 8.
Okay.
You hit it on the left outside of the cart path, like to where those trees are, right?
But does not cross the fence line.
Not to your knowledge. Not to your knowledge. All right.
Okay.
Lost ball re-tee.
And you cannot find that ball after 3 minutes of searching.
Okay. What are your options?
Lost ball re-tee.
One option.
You have one option only.
Yep.
Re-tee. Well, that's not true. There's 2 options.
There you go.
There is one option in every flight that does not have a stroke limit. There's only one option, and that is re-tee. If your flight has a capped stroke limit, your second option could be to pick up and take the max score.
Okay. All right.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So
your only option in the rule of golf is re-tee. That is a lost ball.
Okay. So somebody did that, then on their second drive, hit it into that creek on 8.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So they hit 3 in the creek, dropped 4, hit 5.
Okay, correct. And so that's when Jason came in on our group, because another player and I we had already finished the hole. We already finished.
And you're waiting. I was wondering if this story was going to loop back to the Jason Cross going to shush you along. Yes, that makes sense, and that is common that's a common reason to fall behind in pace of play. You got somebody that has to go backwards. So what I want everybody in Andy's group to take away from that situation is player A, whose ball was over there. Next time anybody sees a ball go left, hit a provisional. Yep. Hit a provisional right away on the tee box, right? And it takes 10 seconds. And if you don't need it, you wasted 10 seconds rather than 10 minutes driving back to re-tee to drive up. So that's what I would want everybody to take away from this situation. But yeah, Jason Bird and Dustin and MD are correct. There is only one option. That is a lost ball in the general area. You must hit from the previous location.
But I want to reiterate too, Travis, because you said, sometimes people are hesitant to pull the trigger on calling a provisional for whatever reason. But you make a good point. I mean, it takes 10 seconds. It saves 10 minutes.
Hit a provisional.
Calling a provisional.
Hit a provisional.
And just in case, right? Hit a provisional.
No, but I'm glad you say that, and I'm glad you clarify that, because guys like me that don't play a lot of tournament golf like this do not know what your options. And it was great playing with Dan Aguilar, right? He caddied for Christy Cano on the LPGA tour, and it was great. I'm like, Dan, can you stay by me? I need a ruling over here, and it was great to have him, because again, I felt like I learned a lot, and just like people who are listening and watching this podcast, they might not know their options when they're playing with another high handicapper that they haven't been in that situation.
It is always within your right to hit a provisional ball from anywhere in the general area. You cannot hit a provisional ball if you believe your ball to be lost in a penalty area. That is the only time you can't. But other than that, hit the provisional. Save that time. If you don't need it, 10 out of 11 times, you don't need it 10 out of 11 times. But the 11th time, you saved 5 minutes. And if you hit a provisional there, I don't have to send Jason Cross down to marshal you, because you're in the middle of 9 fairway where you're supposed to be.
We had already teed off. We were already teed off and waiting for our playing partners to finish out.
Is that considered abandoning your group?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Andy Torres
is that considered abandoning?
No. I'm not. I don't know. Again, I don't know the protocol. I'm trying to hang back.
No, you did everything right. You did everything right.
Another hole.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hang back, and I got somebody pushing me saying, "Hey, man, we don't want them to put us on the clock. We don't want them to put us on the clock." And I'm, I'm just trying to get along.
That's the old Chris Hughes. You abandoned your group, man. You're DQ'd.
That's a rule right there.
Story.
Fun fact, at the old Olmos too.
That was. We'll talk about that another time. We'll talk about that another time.
Thank you, Casey Graham. Tournament is finished.
I agree completely. Oh,
look. There you go. Uh-oh.
She doesn't feel like going. She doesn't want to go to bed. Emma, can you say hi?
Hi.
There we go.
Hi.
But yeah, guys, when in doubt on the golf course, hit a provisional. Call a provisional.
Ooh, CJ Gomez. What if it is considered a native area? Does that matter?
So that is a great local rules point, which was not on the rule sheet at Olmos Basin. So CJ is referencing a local rule on the rule sheet when we play Willow Springs, Mission del Lago, and Cedar Creek. That local rule states if a ball is lost in the native area lining the holes that did not cross a defined out of bounds, it can be played as a red penalty area. Drop 2 club lengths where it entered the native area. So, for example, Cedar Creek, every hole is lined with native area, right? Trees, creek beds. It's impossible to put out stakes, impossible to put out lines on the entire golf course. So we write a local rule that protects the entire field from having to go back every hole. That make sense? So that 100%. local rule on the local rule sheet. See, I told you Stacy was watching.
Love that. Stacy Keller Cross. Love that y'all keep Jace as a marshal.
It was one time for 3 minutes. That was it. One time for 3 minutes.
He left the lasting effect.
And he was effective. He was effective.
It was a lasting impression.
It was effective. That's right.
So the local rule would give you another option in that particular scenario on those particular courses. And we took it off for Olmos Basin. And we also took off the cart path extension at Olmos Basin as well.
That's my partner right there. Dan, that's my partner.
I love it.
That's so aggressive. But that's okay. That's why we're here. We should save that for a later segment called ACGT Tour After Hours.
After dark.
You got to whisper it. But yes, that's a great question. And when in doubt from the first portion of this segment, hit a provisional. Save the time.
All right. Let's look right here at the lineup right here. Okay. So right here, top 10 in points. Travis, top 10.
Top 10. Oh, man. Do we have that graphic? We've got a new top 10. Lots of up and down. 2 people coming in, 2 people falling out. Our boy, Ambassador Dustin Hassan, has been number 1 in the point standing since San Pedro. He is still in the lead with a large lead. Second place, Greg Keogh, up 6 places this week.
Making moves.
That is actually T2. That's tied to with Willie Nichols. Willie Nichols staying right there. Up 7 spots, defending tour champion Steven Evans, up 7 to number 4.
Yep.
That is a huge jump because let's look at that. Let's look at that lineup. Dustin Hassan, Steven Evans, Sean Vidal, Dustin Weldon, Jonathan Aiken, all champ flight golfers. That is going to be an interesting Masters there. There is so much up for grabs. Steven Evans being right there in 4. He is in
defending Masters champ.
Yep. Yes, defending Master champ and defending tour champion Steven Evans. Name on the jacket, looking to repeat. Sean Vidal in 5th place, moving up 4 spots. Dustin Weldon with a DNP, with a did not play at Olmos Basin, dropping only 4 spots. He's happy to only fall 4. Jonathan Aiken down 3. Sam Braswell down 2, and the biggest mover of the day with his flight win and victory cookie, Captain Kent Simnett up 13 spots into the number 9 spot. That's tied for 9 with Scott Williams, who falls 5 spots. We've got
that's a huge drop. 5 spots. That's huge.
That is,
he's still within 60 points, though. I mean, 60
points separates 60 from 10. That's crazy.
But I'm just saying. Scott had
3
been
degrees till the dinosaurs.
Scott had been towards the middle of the pack, and now his name is all the way down there at the bottom. I mean, it's noticeable.
I mean, 60 points is so easy to make up, and
I mean, that's only 3 places. That's only 3 places in the Masters.
And it's not even just to third place. It's to second and third. I mean, there's an absolute boat race for those 2 spots.
Scott, it's still Scott Williams. It's still in the top 10.
I mean, what is this?
That's right. Still in the top 10. It's T9. It is T9 for Scott Williams.
How many people are within 100 points? Those people are imminently alive for a spot.
All I'm saying is when you
falling out of the top 10, we've got Rene Rialme and Jeff Konzemius are the 2 that fell out when when Steven Evans and Kent Simnett came in.
All I'm saying is that you see these. Okay, for 10 weeks we've seen these names, for 10 weeks, and I'm just saying, Scott, is that I saw your name at the top and in the middle, and now I see it all the way at the bottom. That's all.
That's the bottom of the top 10. There's 200. There's 360 people. There's
I will fight you, Andy.
Below Scott Williams.
You don't get a face this pretty from winning every fight. Okay, that's all I'm saying, Bert.
Listen, you leave my friend Scott Williams alone.
I love Scott. He's the man. He's the
I'll give you a fact. I think Willie Nichols has been top 3 since event number 1. I don't think he's fallen out of the top 3 since the first event.
He was in T. What would that be? So the net. So yeah, not top 3, but right there.
That's true. That's a good one, Scott. Hey, touche. Where's your name, Andy? I lurk in the shadows, Scott. I don't need to be list. I just like to look at him. All right, I just like to look at him. I'm a voyeur, okay? I'm a voyeur.
ACGT Tour After Dark.
So place 15, all the way down to Rick Hoynesy in 15th place is within 140 points of second place, which means, in theory,
that's still within striking. Yeah, that's.
If you say 150 points is still within striking distance, that goes all the way down to Baldo and Jason Cross at 17 and 18.
So statistically, if we're just looking at top 3 statistics, that is 890 minus 250. That's 640. And then
that is 30th place.
And then let's add 50 points to that, which is median points. That's 950. So 950 minus 250, 700. So the top 20 still have a chance to top 3 statistically, Masermenos.
So answer Jaramillo's question, that would mean Jeremy is still very much in play to get a spot on the team. Jeremy Jaramillo.
So would you say telling the viewer and telling somebody who's new to all these point systems that is that has been keeping up and playing in their events, that these double point events are huge?
They're all huge. So Travis and I spend a lot of time doing the math on this to make it to where these last events matter the most, not the most, but there's drama. So Dustin's had a really good spring in the fact that he's run away with first place and will probably win first place and definitely top 3. But we have 2 spots, second and third, where there are 19, 20 people who have a median shot.
A center of the bell curve. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Not even just an outside shot, just an actual good shot at making the team, because there's now 2 spots open tied at 890. It's not like Dustin's run away with it and someone's over there at 1,000 points that's probably also going to make the team. The 2 and 3
are wide open.
They're 2 and 3 just by technicalities, but 875, Steven Evans is 15 points. less than one place. I mean, it's easily gone like that.
So to answer your question on a different perspective, every point matters. Every
Absolutely.
point matters.
All points matter.
The summer, I mean,
That's my tattoo.
The regular season point standings equal your starting playoff position points. So it breaks every tie. So 22nd to 23rd is one more point to start the playoffs. That might be the difference between 73rd and 72nd on the second round of the playoffs. I don't know who it feels like to be number 73, but every point matters. You know what? We're going to dog on DH because he's been in first place for the last 3 months. There was a couple years ago when in an alternate shot team event, Jonathan Aiken missed a 3-footer that cost Dustin bonus points, and he finished fourth place in the spring season.
I missed the putt. I missed the putt at Cedar. I missed it was probably a foot and a half at most, maybe a foot.
And that one stroke cost you the bonus points, which cost you the automatic spot on the team that year.
I've been on that.
Hey, Travis, I shanked a ball 17 tee box on Brackenridge Park that kept Tommy Norris from going to the horse race that I think Jason Cross won. And he wouldn't have even been in.
That was Ruben. That was Ruben that year.
Right.
Your double bogey on one hole in the playoffs cost player B a chance at the horse race, allowed player C to come into the horse race and win the horse race. So every shot really, really matters. It sounds super cliche.
Nuts.
Makes family dinner
crazy.
The butterfly effect.
It's crazy. Yes.
All right. So since we have the crowning of those first 3 spots just around the corner, now Travis, guys, those of y'all that have been on the South, all three of y'all have been on the South Texas Match Play Challenge team. What does this do really for the tour? What does this do? You know, like I guess like does this really kind of get everybody
MD,
fired
let's throw
up?
that one to you first.
Yeah, MD, what's it like being on the team in the past?
What I've really enjoyed about being on the team is, you know, I love the competition, the outfits. It takes a lot of work to get there and to get into that position, and you know, you gotta work hard for it.
No, okay.
Look good to play good.
I'm not
No,
saying.
someone tell my
I
MD sold that too good. Somebody tell Andy that MD has
MD's never been on the
team. For him to say, and I had none of those qualities.
I had to become an ambassador just to have a shot at getting near the
MD, you
team.
haven't been on. I thought you've been on.
Never, ever.
Yes.
Play better.
Play better. Andy, to answer your question.
All I'm saying is there has to be a lot of hype around crowning these first 3 guys to be on the team. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. To answer your question, yes. The entire strategy behind the tour, the entire marketing strategy behind the point standings, the regular season means every event means something to the next event in these point standings, with the goal of getting to the playoffs and the goal of qualifying for the South Texas Match Play Challenge team, where you represent the tour, you represent San Antonio against the Houston Amateur Golf Association. That is it. It's this super, super special, tight-knit team, practices several times together and really becomes a family for the month of November, and is really cool. It's the favorite that event is the best thing. My most favorite thing that I've ever done in my golf career is be part of that event. And it's the most important thing. It's the most important thing on the tour, in my opinion. Dustin, Jason?
Now I feel like a big.
I agree.
Shit.
Yeah.
MD, my bad, dude. I'm sorry.
I mean,
there's ambassadors coming in and out every day. You know, like it's.
Yes.
I don't know.
I have a fun fact, and I don't mean.
Fun fact.
I think it was 2019 and maybe 2020. MD, you would have beat me out. I'm pretty sure on the wild card had you not walked off the course.
Had I not
something.
Had I
You
not
just
gained
Yeah,
the
so
calories.
I thank you. For one of my stars, I thank you, MD. That in my heart is your stock.
So Dustin is referencing the wild card pick. The one South Texas team member spot goes to the wild card, which is the most spring points, summer points, and playoff points combined that isn't on the team. And I'm pretty sure we worked really hard on math, and it would have been MD with 100%.
100%. He just needed to card, and he would have made the team. And he
so what
walked
happened?
off the course.
So what happened?
I mean,
tell it. I want to hear it. I want to hear this story.
We're at Brackenridge Park, and
I was playing with him.
I love that. That's great. Oh, you should have just walked away. That would have been epic.
I would have loved to see the phone or the camera get thrown.
Yeah, that would have been great. That's awesome.
Shit up.
No, that's great. So I'll back MD's play up here. He was in it 100%. Emotions were flowing, and Brackenridge Park holes 1, 2, and 3 do not set up very well for somebody who is mad and wants to leave. Number 3 green is really, really close to the parking lot. Yeah.
14.
Really?
But it's also close to get the beers too. It's also close to get the illegal beers from your vehicle. It is.
I know nothing about that at all.
That is against the law, Andrew.
I'm just telling you.
I'll tell you what, there have been several times that I have gone bogey, bogey, bogey at Brack and then went right to the car.
I've done it too, yes.
I do it, but for other reasons, you know?
Yeah, Andy always makes it to number 14.
All right, so tell us. Okay, so tell us. Come on.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I have taken on the mindset of the goldfish, which is I just erase the data now. I have no memory of it, and
I think that's great pleading the fifth. I love that.
I think that's I was a different golfer, and
you're a different person,
worse golfer, and I'm a happier golfer now. For my own health. I haven't broken a club in like 2 years. So
perfect, dude. I'm proud of you.
Everyone has seen it.
I played like
that definitely was a sad day for me.
I had a lovely walk with Dustin Hassan. I played
thoroughly enjoyed the round with you, MD.
At no point
did
I
get
get
trash right there with you.
At no point did I get upset.
So am I picking at like an old wound, an old scab over here?
Yeah, no, the last 5 years.
I mean, MD went through new sets of clubs like I went through underwear, dude, and he doesn't do that anymore.
How many sets of underwear do you go through?
I get new ones every week. Why wash them?
Oh, okay.
Bird goes to at least 5 a year.
You got a inside out, and you got the normal way. I mean, you get at least 2 good wears. And...
Oh, double up.
You can rotate them.
All right, I'm hoping somebody tells me this story sometime, man. You know what?
There's nothing to the story. He got really mad.
He was mad and left.
He mad and he left. If he would have stuck around for the other 9 holes, he would have literally been on the team.
There's some other phrases. I also think, once you have the little ones, you can't get as mad anymore. Does Dad get mad when he plays golf? Yeah. Get out of here.
Yes, I'm loving it.
Yes.
You're adopted.
Oh man.
Ignore that.
Oh my goodness. What a great show this has been. This has been amazing.
All right, guys, so why don't you tell me what's the next event we have coming up here?
Masters.
Yeah, that was the breaking news segment on the beginning of the show. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you, like, I can't be there. So I can't be there.
I can't be there either. I mean,
why are you not at the Masters?
I need you to do pre-event stuff this week, Andy. I can't be there
because I am coaching my daughter's team, and it's their last 2 games of the season. And my youngest daughter, my 9-year-old daughter, and the head of the whole CYO tells me, he said, "Hey, y'all are looking good for playoffs." And I'm like, "Playoffs?" I'm like, "Playoffs." I said, "Give us our participation trophies. Everyone's going on vacation. No, I'm sorry. Hey, no playoffs. I'm good. I'm good."
We will not dog you for being a good dad. We will not do that here.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
We won't. But Jason Berg,
can't do it.
Well, all I know is
does not have any kids that we don't know about. So
that the women have stepped forward yet, right?
The next event is the final event on the 2022 ACGT Tour spring season, as Jason Berg rocks cycled through the top 100 ball markers. That last one being Mammoth Dunes.
Oh, I'm just teasing the Tour Travels trip to Wisconsin.
The ACGT Tour Travels trip is in less than 3 weeks. It is amazing. To Whistling Straits, Destination Kohler, 20 people and the ambassadors at Whistling Straits and Black Wolf Run for a whole week. There's going to be tons of Facebook podcast content that week, so stay tuned. Like the Facebook page, share this. Everybody at home, like and share. Thank you. Next event is the final event of the 2022 spring season, the Players Club Masters, now at a new venue, Olmos Basin, for 2 days. That is the 21st and 22nd of this month. Yep. Registration is open now. Don't delay in signing up. This is going to be an intimate field of 100 to 116 golfers only. So sign up early. 2-day event, major champion. It will sell out, double points.
We have 70 so far, so we're over 70% sold out.
We are getting close. Names on the jacket, Masters champion, top 50 in the point standings will be settled this in 2 weekends at Olmos Basin. The top 3 in the point standings will also be settled. That means 3 spots on the team. The big official news today is Dustin Hassan stays in first place in the point standings. And Jason's going to correct me if I'm wrong here, but Dustin needs to participate on both days, card a scorecard on both days, and not receive a disqualification penalty. And Dustin Hassan is a top 3 finalist.
Wow. Yeah, so if we've learned anything on this episode is that Dustin needs to not get advice from his playing partner so he doesn't get DQ'd. He also needs to not abandon his group on the tee box so he doesn't get DQ'd. And
I put that in the text message. As long as Dustin cards a score on both days and does not receive a DQ penalty, he will earn a top 3 spot.
Yes, he could come in DFL, and he will actually be, I believe, number 1 in points, even with a DFL.
All right, guys. Last thing, MD.
I got nothing. I am excited for Olmos Basin. I think we're going to have, I love Brack, but there is something about Olmos right now, that course, the way it's been set up. I think it's going to make for a super exciting conclusion to the spring season. I'm looking forward to seeing those scores, looking forward to seeing everyone out there for 2 days of really being tested in a way we haven't been tested yet.
I love Olmos Basin, and while I am disappointed that we are not at Brack, the Masters has a ton of history at Brack. I am excited to be back to Olmos Basin. I love those green complexes. I called it Undulation Basin like 1,000 times this past weekend. I'm really excited to go back there. I echo MD's sentiment there. I'm excited to go back to Olmos Basin.
DH.
Yeah, same here. I think playing Olmos last week, I want to say that, we're going to see maybe some little better scores, but with Bird said they've done to the green, sanded them, cutting them, they're going to be rolling faster. So it may offset, that previous experience, people at least getting at least 1 round out at Olmos.
Flags are going to be harder. Flags are going to be harder. Travis put
flags are going to be harder. I would expect that. It's
a major championship, especially Sunday down the backstretch.
I'm excited to see where those Sunday pins are going to be. We know where Sunday pins are going to be at Brack. I mean, everyone knows that at the Brack Masters. You know that. It's we're thrown for a loop here. So it's interesting to see what you're going to come up with, Travis.
The unknowns. Birdie, what do you got?
Right. Well, I don't got much. I'm disappointed I can't play in the Masters this year. But I'll be rooting you guys on from Oklahoma.
Well, I wanted to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out. Yes, Bertie, you will always be missed. You do carry a larger than life attitude. And I want to give a shout out, guys. I had to have my show tonight. That's normally on Thursdays. I had to have it early tonight. I had to put it out there, and it was a pre-recorded show because I had one of my UTSA Roadrunners, Cameron Carrion, on the show, and I had to have her on because they're in the midst of their NCAA regionals, and to see who goes to the NCAA championships. And they're out there in Franklin, Tennessee, and I want to wish them good luck. They're currently in 6th place. Top four make it to the big tournament. And UTSA has been a mainstay. This has been their 5th year in a row that they've made the regionals, and they're in 6th place, top 4 teams. I wish them nothing but the best. It was great to have her on today. She took time out of her busy schedule, and she went low. She had the low round of the day at -2. And I wish my lady Roadrunners good luck for tomorrow.
I saw the alert for the show going live. I was sitting eating dinner and I saw it go live, and I was like, wait, what time is it? And I like jumped to I'm sitting there eating dinner with my family, and I'm like, oh God.
Well,
I did too.
I was freaking out.
I give her a lot of credit because, I said, hey, would love to have you on. Just, whatever, let me know. And then she texted me like at 2, hey, we're getting done with practice. Is it too early? And I'm like, no. I said, I can make this happen. I really appreciate it. They got a busy schedule. Bertie and I, proud Roadrunners. Hey, so I'm really pulling hard for them.
Absolutely.
Good luck. Yep.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning into the show. We're going to have some good stuff going on next week. Next week will be episode number 11, getting ready for the PC Masters that is going to be held at the newly renovated Olmos Basin, back to Olmos. And thanks for tuning into the show. Thanks for checking out, supporting NothingisOB, South Texas Golf Podcast. Thanks for checking out and supporting our sponsors, Elevated Logistics, Ricky Ho, Sean Sexton Agency with Goosehead Agency, Laura Lewis, the Cake Place, and more. Thanks so much, guys, for all your support.
Thank you guys so much. Visit www.acgttour.golf for all updated point standings, event registration, the future calendar. Get links to the Facebook page there. Like and share the podcast. We will have a QR code at every event going forward that will bring you right to the podcast and the Facebook page as well. www.acgttour.golf, San Antonio's authority on amateur golf competition. You're home for it.
Elite
amateur competition. Big shout out to Andy Torres with NothingisOB South Texas Golf Podcast.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you for hosting the ACGT Tour Power Hour. Everyone at home, thanks for watching. Have a great Tuesday night. We'll see you in a couple weeks at Olmos Basin.
Have a good night, everyone.